If you've never been to the Gila Wilderness, I can't recommend it enough. This trip ended up being one of my favorite backpacking adventures so far. I headed out in the middle of June for a 3-day backpacking trip. But before I even hit the trail, I had to stop at the Gila Cliff Dwellings. These natural caves were occupied over 700 years ago, and seeing them in person is just incredible. There are around 45 rooms built within these natural caves, and it's one of those places that it's hard to appreciate until you're actually standing there. It's definitely worth the stop. After camping nearby that night, I got an early start the next morning on the West Fork Trail. The beginning of the hike is pretty relaxing. You're following the river for the first couple miles, and really it's just a beautiful walk. But then the climbing starts. It's definitely a workout getting up to the top of the canyon, but the views make every bit of it worth it. There were several times I just stopped, caught my breath, and just soaked it all in. Eventually, I made my way down to the Middle Fork River where I camped for the night. I was blown away by how much wildlife I saw. And maybe because it was in June, but there was critters everywhere. I also ran into several snakes along the trail, but thankfully they wanted nothing to do with me. The scenery is absolutely stunning, and the pictures and videos don't really do it justice. But equally amazing was the solitude. There wasn't anyone else around, just the sound of the river, the wildlife, and the wind through the trees. It's amazing how quickly your mind slows down when you're right out here. The next morning I packed up camp and headed down the Middle Fork Trail. If you ever hiked this trail before, you already know what's coming. River crossings, and lots of them. I counted somewhere between 30 and 40 river crossings before I eventually just gave up. But the water was so refreshing, especially within this heat. One of the highlights of the whole trip was the Jordan Hot Springs. It's pretty special when you find a natural hot spring tucked away in the middle of the wilderness. The water was probably around 90 degrees, but after hiking all day, it felt incredible. I ended up hanging out here longer than I planned to, because honestly, why wouldn't you? After another couple miles, I found camp for the second night and called it an early evening. On the last day, the trail slowly started changing. The river was behind me, and before I knew it, I was back in the desert. It was so hot, you can actually feel the temperature climbing. and the heat coming off the ground. But looking back on this trip, it's everything I enjoy about backpacking. Great scenery, challenging terrain, plenty of wildlife, and just enough time away from everyday life to feel completely reset. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.